When we're feeling socially anxious, we can make some really strange decisions, behave in odd ways, and say some things that are actually really hurtful. And we don't always realise it when we are in that feeling of anxiety. We don't really have that awareness of how our behaviour is impacting other people. In fact, that's just not what's important to us. We're so focused on our own internal pain that we can't really see past that. And in my life, I think the people that I have hurt the most have been men. I think this is where I felt most insecure. I couldn't imagine that a guy would think that I was good enough or find me interesting enough. And even if they thought that for a short time, I thought they'd quickly realise that I wasn't good enough and I was boring and they'd want to get rid of me, or their friends would have judgements about me. That was part of the anxiety where the idea of meeting a guy's group of friends and having to be social, and anticipating the typical freeze, shut down, and not being able to engage in conversation and be liked by the friends. So I thought that very quickly any guy would realise that they actually didn't want me after all. And I didn't want to go through the hurt of being rejected. So I would purposely avoid relationships. I would self-sabotage any relationships or potential relationships, so that I didn't get hurt. And that just ended up meaning that I was doing the hurting, I think. And it hurt me too, because I really wanted that connection, and whenever I felt like I could have that, I absolutely freaked out, and I would be doing some like crazy little dance where a guy would be interested in me and we'd feel like we were getting somewhere, and then I would freak out and back off. I would avoid meeting him. I might ignore him or be rude to him. And then when he backed off, I'd be interested again, because then it was safe because he wasn't interested. Of course, this ended up, usually a guy would just forget it and go off and find someone who was worthy of his time and treated him more fairly. And I realise now that the way I treated guys, I realised that it was really damaging the way that I treated guys. It was hurtful. They would have questioned their own worthiness. It wouldn't have done anything for their self-esteem. I wish I could have explained what was going on for me and helped you to understand that that was in no way about you. But I guess the social anxiety wasn't really visible. I think people could see that I was quiet, but they didn't know that there was anything else going on underneath that. So the natural conclusion to draw would be that I didn't like them, I was messing them around, and I was a bit of a bitch, probably. And I think it's really sad that I missed those opportunities when I was younger. But what I regret the most is the way that I made people feel, and I am really sorry that that ever happened.